He worked in this department.
Yes.
Before he went to EPU. So I got in a job here in industrial psychology. And to speak to him, it was hell, man. It was hell. You know, they were a hell of a conservative, if not reactionary. And they didn't know how to deal with this black radical. You know, they didn't know what was going on. You know, and he was too clever for them too. So you know, they couldn't kind of, you know, easily deal with the guy because he was just too smart. You know, he wasn't going to sort of be cowed by these people. Those other black colleagues might have and have been, like Tandi Magorjo. You know, she would sort of back off a bit. Blade was not like that. And then he did his PhD in industrial sociology with Arisitas. So increasingly he was getting irritated with what he had to put up with in psychology. And I think that, you know, the most reactionary psychology in South Africa is industrial psychology. It's a psychology of capitalism. It's not a psychology for the workers. You know, they don't really do any work in relation to that. Not even health and safety stuff you do see much of. You know?
On the assessments.
Yeah, and you can count on the fingers of my one hand how many papers we've got on a critical count from industrial psychologists in Plymouth.
Very few.
Yeah, I've got an interesting book on work organisation, a critical book. I don't know who the hell to get to review it.
Because there's nobody.
Yeah. You know, they'll write a review and it'll be an uninteresting review because they're not critical, you see. So yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. So yeah,
that must be difficult to be an editor. Eh?
Yeah, it's a hideous job. That's why nobody wants it. That's why I keep being the editor.
Yeah. But it has had its success.
I mean, I kind of works for me, and you know, since I've been retired for this year, it's been all right. It's actually been better because I've got more time to do it from pinching it from my academic lectures and so on. But it's, you know, it's time consuming because I get a referee report. I got an article. I got a referee report that says, "Hey, this article needs a lot of work," and I think so too. The other referee, I don't think he read it very well, saying, "Oh, it's okay, you know, just make a few changes and it'll be all right." Now I can't run it as it is. I'm gonna have to sit there and I'll give the person. We don't take out things, so I'll give unless they're sort of just tidy it up a bit, or if there's some comment which I think, no, this is not appropriate, this is for the editor to tell them, I'll just remove it. But otherwise they get the two reviews verbatim with my introduction reports. I write a coordinating report. So now I'm going to have to say, look, we think that, the editorial think that the reviewer one, because it's anonymous, so we call him one or two, has got the story right. So to publish your paper, you need to make the following changes. Otherwise, we're not running with it. You'll see reviewer two is much more sympathetic, but I think that they've pointed to the same things, but I think they haven't realized that there's much of a problem as they are. It's on racism in Brazil. Potentially fascinating, but the woman, it's a woman, she hasn't contextualized it well enough, you know, and kind of jumps around too much. It's a bit chaotic. I don't know if it sounds like she's a young academic or not. So you know, to do that, you know, it takes time. You have to craft quite a nice letter because I want to be encouraging. You know, I don't want to sort of put it down. And I mean, we firmly believe that if she fixes it according to what the referee is saying and what we're suggesting, we'll look at it again. You know? So yeah, and getting book reviews out of people. It's easier to get an article.
Yeah, but the review.
People think it's easy because they get the book, think, oh no, this is lovely, I'll review this thing.
But then they don't have time to read it, and then they'll do the summary.
Yeah, and that's the worst review. Chapter 1 says, Chapter 2 says, eyeball, and just leave me alone, say something interesting. What is your area of work? Mainly.
Sexuality, and I like social psychology a lot. But mostly I
see, this is the worst. I'm like a gangster as an editor. You see this now? See?
Oh my God, what have I done?
Is there any book there that you'd like to review? For Plymouth. I'd only need it next year.
Okay, I'll take these two.
You want to take two?
Yes.
You want to take two?
Yeah, they're interesting. Civilization in terms of, whoa.
This guy's very, very interesting. I met him at the conference.
Social identity in person.
But he has a gender one.
Okay, I'll take.
No, don't take all three. Take these
Okay,
two.
I'll take. No, I'll take this. I'll take this. But I like this construction subjectivity and critique.
Don't take all three
I'll
because
take
then you're
two.
going to
I'll take
burn
two.
yourself.
I'll
Yeah.
take two.
And
I'll read them all December.
Yeah. And it won't work to do a joint one, so do two
Yeah.
separate ones.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Graham. Thank you very much
Yeah,
for your time.
nice talking to you.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll see you.
Yeah, I am going to get to Gauteng